Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new episode of our Stoneblock 2 adventure, guys. If you missed last episode, we went on a huge building trip. We did this entire hallway right here. This is the start of our evil lair and it looks really good. I love the high roofs, they're extremely high and they look really good and I really love them. But I've had enough of building for now. I actually want to start working on something else in today's episode. That being this system right here. I want to create a mass gas creative place. It's going to create us all of the gases that we'll need. So we're creating a lot of these gases, but we need all of these gases to be used over here for ore doubling. And it seems that we are struggling on oxygen. Oxygen is our bottleneck, oddly enough. But I don't want that to be the case. I want these to have enough I want these to have enough gases to quadruple our ores as and when necessary. But for right now, I'm fairly happy with how these look. Now, I believe you can quintuple your ores in mechanism, but I have no idea how to even start to go about that. I'm happy with quadrupling. I think that'll be more than what we need for now. But this thing is quite slow, given the fact that we are bottlenecked for oxygen. So I kind of want to create a system that is going to create all of these gases for us. And I want to do that in one of these rooms over here. So I'm thinking behind this door is where we will start. Now, I don't know exactly how this is going to look or what I'm going to do, but that's one thing that I want to do in this episode. But there is something else that I want to do in this episode too. So this is the front of my base. And through here and through that door is my wife's space. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have like a little shopping center here. So I think we might end up at least detailing out some of this hallway, if not getting into shops. But most importantly, I want to get into currency. And there are coins in this pack. And I think we can create some of these and then rename them to something like KC coins. And then she could purchase these with either her own currency or items that I want. And we can have all different kind of coins. I think that'd be really cool. Can we have diamond coins? No, it doesn't look like there's diamond coins here, which makes sense. But yeah, so that's kind of what I want to get into in this episode. So if you're looking forward to this or you want to learn anything here, I will try my best to explain everything. If you want to learn the quadrupling ore setup, there is a link to the playlist down below. It's in there. It's titled Ore Quadrupling, so you can't miss it. But yeah, I think without any further ado, guys, like, subscribe, and let's get into the episode. So the first step in doing this has been achieved. I've hollowed out a bit of a room. I'm not sure if this is how far back we are going to go or if indeed we are going to go even further back. But for right now, I figured this is a good place to start. Because the first thing that I need to do is, in this whole process of moving the gases over here, is take over the sink, the pressurized fuel tank, and this first machine in the sort of chamber, which is the hydrogen and the oxygen separator. It's producing a lot of hydrogen, but the oxygen is what's bottlenecking us. I'm going to have 6 of these, I think would be a good amount. So I'm going to get these set up first, and then we'll see where we go from there. So I've managed to get some work done. But I also wanted to showcase something very important. Because whenever you play Minecraft, especially when you get into the technical side of Minecraft, there's always going to be issues that you don't perceive, mistakes that you will make. So I thought we'd run through some of the troubleshooting together, just in case I've made mistakes. So I'll go over what I've done. This is what I've done right here. So this is where it all starts. It all starts here with the salt coming in. And it goes into these chemical oxidizers, which should turn it into its gaseous form. So let's make sure that that's working. You can see everything back here. Like I said, I think we'll just go through this troubleshooting. So we'll just bring this cable over here for right now. And I do want to go up and over with it. But for right now, we'll go like this. Actually, I don't think I want to go up and over with it because something else that I'm doing. Okay, so that's working. And that should be making us, good, it's making us gaseous brine, which is then being imported in here. So good. The first step is working. So we can go ahead and we could just finish putting these cables on this side. Okay, fine. Don't let me put it on. I'm not going to spend too much time because this is troubleshooting. So the next thing is we want this gaseous brine to end up over here in this. Well, first of all, we want it to end up in this gas tank, which it is not doing. And then we want it to end up in this rotary condenser. So why is it not ended up in this gas tank? Well, I've got gas pipes on the back, as you can see, and these are all set to extract. And so they should be extracting from here. But this is a little thing in mechanism. all of these have this. So if I set this to output, then hopefully this should be getting it. If we want to set the back to input, which it is, so this should be getting gaseous brine, but it is still not. This is not exporting it for some reason. Eject on. Oh, auto eject. No, auto eject is on. The output is the back. We do have this put on the back, right? So it should... Oh, no, I know why. It should be ended up here. Should it? You know what I've done, right? I caught it. This is the output. So now the gaseous brine should be ending up over here. Actually, it'll end up over here because it'll go here first. Nope. Oh, it's ended up here. So it is getting over here. But it's not getting in here. So I think what I need to do is I need to set all of these to extract on the back. And then when it comes to these ones, I think the problem is we're getting it inputted. Well, it's saying output the front, but it's input everywhere else. We want it to output here. And that should put it into this rotary condenser. We need to do it on one that's actually got gas in it. This one does, okay. So should that end up in here? Auto eject on, output on this side. And for some reason, it is not ending up in the rotary condenser. What about if I toggle? Oh no, we want it condensing. I wonder if it needs power. So I've had a whiz around and it doesn't seem that this is working. But I think the mistake that I have made here is this is identical whichever way you look at it. You look at it from this side, it's identical. You look at it from this side, it's identical. So I think the mistake that I have made is merely positioning it wrong. So let's try positioning it from this side and then see if anything happens. Okay, we're getting gaseous brine in here. Fantastic. So it was just a simple case of me misplacing the block. So now that they're all placed correctly, the only thing left to do is to give it some power. So we'll just run this power all the way up like so. You can hear it. I am going to get muffling upgrades on all of these because these are just insanely loud. They are horrible to listen to. And that should be making us a gaseous brine, which it is. And then, well, it should be taking the gaseous brine and making it into a liquid. Now, we are looking at this back to front. The actual way to look at this is from this way, I guess. I placed all these machines back to front, but I don't mind. I don't mind. I actually prefer the look of some of these from the back. I think they look a lot better. So now what's happening is that gaseous brine is being turned into a liquid. That liquid should be ending up... Oh, no, sorry. That liquid should be turning into... Should be turning into a liquid? It should be turning into a liquid, shouldn't it? Should be turned into a gas. I need to go and check my setup. You know what I've done again? Another mistake. I caught it before I even went back. This accepts 3 things. Well, it accepts the liquid brine, as you can see, but it outputs 2 different chambers. That's what it was. I forgot that there's a liquid going behind it. I thought I'd missed out a drum somewhere, but no, I haven't. I know I haven't. So we're getting the gaseous, or rather the liquid brine in here. So now what we need to do is we should be able to just power this electrolytic separator and it should start to work. Okay, so this bottom one is working. We should see sodium one side and chlorine the other side. This is the side that we want chlorine on because chlorine is what we are going to want to be in here with our hydrogen. So we've got the chlorine in here, but it is not sending it over to this tank. So we want to tell this tank to input. Well, it's set to input on the back, so that's all good. So once we set this tank to output on the back, we should start to see it appearing over here. Or we might actually not see it appear over here. It might just be that quick. It might end up in here. So that's hydrogen. And this should start to fill up because I don't actually have... Or do I have? This has got chlorine in it, yes. So this should start to... Actually, this isn't set to... Oh, this isn't set to output. There we go, look. There we go, look. Hydrogen chloride is now being made right here. This is exactly what we wanted to happen. And all is good. I'm really happy with that. So it's all working now. I just got to go ahead and repeat this process up to the top. So now that they are all done, we've got our setup producing us our hydrogen chloride. The only thing that I haven't showcased is the hydrogen. Hydrogen is in these tanks. I already troubleshooted this one beforehand. And I'll show you how this is made after the lag spike. Quite a big lag spike. Lag spike over. We've got this over here. This is the electrolytic separator. This is separating oxygen and hydrogen within the water. You just feed it water. I've got it coming in from a sink. I did want to have another cool block, but I don't know any other infinite water sources that fit in one block. We could use an ender tank, but again, I think that would run into the same problem as not looking as cool. So we're just stuck with a sink for now. If I ever find an infinite water source block later on, then we can add it in here. That's no problem. But this is just separating down the water, separating down the hydrogen and the oxygen in the water. It outputs the oxygen over here and sends the hydrogen over here. So we do need to start using this oxygen because this is our bottleneck. But over here, the hydrogen is being pumped into this gas chamber. I've already gone ahead and done the gas configs on the back here, and it's being pumped into here. Then this hydrogen chloride we can actually pump out. I think we're going to pump it out of the front because I just think that it'll look cool having like a pillar down there, because I want to have the similar thing set over here. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to put down there yet. But yeah, we can now actually start storing these systems. So this looks really, really good. But there is one more thing that I want to do in this room. Well, not in this room particularly, but in a small room over here. And that thing I was talking about adding, well, I've gone ahead and added it in. We've got a vast majority of the room in place. I've still got the floor to do and the ceiling. But yeah, I'm fairly happy with this. This is what we've added here. We've got a nice little archway over here. I thought about putting a door here. And I may do and I may not. I don't know. I kind of like this being open. But you can already tell what this is, guys. This is the salt producing factory. We've already got a stack of salt in here already. Boy, that was quick. This is extracting into this chest, or at least it should be. Yes, it is. So this is actually producing more salt than... This is out of power. Why do you not have power? Oh. I mean, we've got those going down there. This line is connected up, right? Yep, this line is all connected up. I mean, and again, this is losing power. Why are you not getting power? Okay, so it was this thing. For some reason, this had come disconnected. Now, that's an easy mistake to make. But this is the second time I've now had to fix that problem. The exact same problem. And I haven't been back here since I last fixed it. All I've done is log out of the world and log back in again. So I hope that's not a bug. Is it affecting our sieves, I wonder? No, these seem to all have power. Right, let's get back to the salt farm and I can explain how it's working. First of all, there's probably a better way of doing this, but I just wanted something that I actually liked the look of, and I like the look of this. So we've got a water tank here. Each one is a pressurized one. You could probably just use a regular one, but I figured I'd go ahead and use a pressurized one. Going into a crafter. And we've then got the water buckets and the pots being automatic. Well, the water bucket is automatically pulled from here. This is set to extract over here. So I don't need an item conduit for that. It's just automatically pushing it into here. This then is pushing these two items out and into an item line that pushes it into this storage drawer. We've then got two other item lines, one withdrawing buckets and one withdrawing pots. The buckets end up in these pressurized fuel tanks and the pots end up in the crafter. So all that is working fantastic. We've got the sink up there, by the way, making us our water inside of these guys so we don't run out. But this farm uses such little water, you could probably put down one of these tanks and be good for a considerable while. So you don't need an infinite water source if you don't want one. But I have one. But yeah, so I ran the power cable, by the way. I ran it around this room as we had it going through here now. As I said, I was going to move it, but ran there. Going up to all of these all have a octatic capacitor in them, so they're all charged and ready to go. And I was going to do the roof and the floor in this, but I actually want to get started on at least making some currency. So to achieve currency in this game, there's lots of things that are used within Minecraft to achieve currency. And we just need to denote the value. A lot of people use diamonds. I'm pretty partial to emerald, simply because to get emerald, you usually have to trade with villagers, and that requires your kingdom actually producing something, so it has a bit more feel of currency to me. That being said, this pack has something completely different. This pack actually has these coins, which don't really seem to have any purpose apart from generating energy in a pneumatic press or dynamo. So I think we are going to use these coins. There's a bunch of them, and we can upgrade these. You can even get platinum coins, which I think are really, really cool. But I think we're going to go with 4 different tiers. We're going to go with a copper, which is going to be worth 1 KC coin. The gold will be worth 5, whereas the iron will be worth 2. Oh, sorry. Copper worth 1, iron worth 2, the silver worth 5, and the gold worth 10. At least that's what I'm thinking. Our currency is going to be called the KC currency. But yeah, so to make these, we need this new numismatic press. So it's a mouthful. Which means we need a compactor. So I hope that I've got everything that I need to make this. I actually have made up some bronze specifically for this. It looks like I already threw it in here. So we should be able to make up this. And we'll do this together because I actually want to upgrade this machine because I want it to be far faster than it's actually going to be. So I'm going to make a couple of those. And then we could just go ahead make this. We've got pretty much everything apart from this. I think I'll make 2 of those. And I've been having a problem with this crafting grid. Sometimes it'll say that I've got all of the items to craft it, but this slot is red. And I don't get why. It's annoying. It makes it very difficult when I'm crafting up gas tanks. It likes to do it a lot then. The copper gears, we'll make up a couple of those. And then we could just go ahead and make this up like... Oh, I don't have a redstone coil. Okay, fine. You know what, I'm going to make up 8 of those because I'm always missing them. And we could have probably typed this in to make it a little bit faster. But there we go. We got this compactor. We'll put this down on this power rail that I've got going on over here for now. And then that can get some power. But there's a couple of things that I want to do to this thing first. First of all, to make it make coins, we actually need this numismatic press, which is this electrum plate and this invog gear. The invog gear is fairly easy. We can do that. That's no problem. This emerald, well, we've got emerald. And this redstone servo, again, is fairly easy. But what we actually run into the issue with is we need to make these electrum plates, which we could do with an engineer's hammer. We can also do it by casting it, or we can do it in a compactor. I think we'll actually do it in a compactor because I think it'd be... Didn't I just make... Isn't this the compactor? We did just make the compactor, right? Yes, we did. So we could just go ahead and get some electrum gears, or electrum ingots, which if you don't know how to make electrum, it's just silver and gold in an alloy smelter. Or, alternatively, you could put silver and gold in your alloy, in your tinker's smeltery, and it will work. So let's just go ahead and make up a couple of these. We'll make up 4 of these. Now with these presses made up, we can just throw them in there. I do hope this was electrum. Yes, it was. We should be able to make up this augment right here. Now, I think the base machine can have 1 augment in it. No, it actually requires an upgrade for an augment. Okay, then. I feel like we already scienced that. But it's okay, because I actually want to upgrade this further. I want to see if we can go to Signalum. So if we go conversion. Is that what it's called? Oh, I realized what I did. I put conversion. Conversion. These conversion kits here allow us to upgrade them. Looks like this actually requires the upgrade kits prior to it anyway. So we should be able to make up this bronze gear. We'll go through these together so you guys actually understand how to do this. I know we've been through this kind of setup before. So we make the hardened servo. And what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and put the hardened servo on now so we can get this at least somewhat started for you guys. So in case you're just watching this to figure it out. So we can put that in there. And then we should just be able to throw in the silver. And that should compact it. But this is going to be very, very slow in order to make just 1 KC coin. There's our coin. I mean, it makes 3. But you get the picture. It's going to take some time. So we do definitely want to speed that up with the next upgrade kit. Which for the Signalum one is this Electrum one. And I think we've got a silver gear. But we'll just make 1 up because I probably don't. So we're reinforced. And this... And don't be disheartened if it asks you for that glass. Most times, you can actually just supplement it with fused quartz, and it works. See? Works brilliantly. So we want to make... Oh, we need to make 2 of those, because we need to... No, we don't, because this one doesn't require it. Now, Signalum is a little bit different, and I don't think we can actually make it up now I'm looking at it, because I don't actually have any blizz rods. And, I don't actually have a way to get them. Like they come from blizzards, but we don't have any blizzards. I do have a Signalum machine over here. This was redstone furnace, but I already had a Signalum in here. Do I have one? Looks like I have a conversion kit already. This came from one of the quests, but maybe a blizz farm is something that we actually need to get into First of all, I need to get a blizz. So unfortunately, Signalum is out of the equation, but at least this will go a little bit faster. I can throw in some gold and some iron and some copper, and that should make them all up for me. It might take it a little bit of time, but at least we'll get some coins, and then we'll use an anvil to rename these to the coins that we want them to be. So there we go. I've got the anvil. I've renamed the coins to these. We've got the copper ones being 1 KC coin, the silver ones being 2, the iron ones being 2, the silver ones being 5, and the gold ones being 10. And these are how we are going to purchase things within my shops within this kingdom. Now, my wife will be able to either exchange her own currency for these to be able to use in my shops, or potentially even earn it. I need to fight a wither. I want a nether star. So maybe I'll employ my wife to come and give me a hand with that, and then I could pay her in some KC coin, so she'll be able to get herself some gifts from my lovely gift shops. Now, I did want to put up a store in this episode, a shop in this episode, but I think I'm going to leave that till the next episode, because I was looking at the time of this episode, and we are past the 20-minute mark. Time flies, but there's one more thing I want to show you, and that is the gas producing room that we have done in this episode. So if we open up this door, you can see we've got this nice, spacious room in here. I think you've seen some of this be put together, but you haven't seen the final product. And this is it. We've gone with the red brick behind there like we had in the other room. And it just really does look quite good. I really do like it. The only thing I don't like is this bit right here. I actually meant to grab some glowstone to put some glowstone over that, but I didn't have any covered on me. I meant to grab it when I was over there. I forgot. But I'll do that between episodes. That's no problem. But yeah, we've continued the same kind of theme that we've got going on everywhere else. We've got a little salt making factory over here. Again, with a very similar style roof. And it all looks and feels really, really good. It feels like a factory and like an evil lair at the same time. Now, you may notice that these giant walls are open right here. I was going to fill these back bits in just to make the room look complete for now. But I decided against it because ultimately, I am going to be storing the excess gases over here. We'll have gas pipes coming up, around, up, and over. But, one, these things are expensive. These gas pipes, to be able to pipe the gases over there. And 2, these gas tanks are incredibly difficult to craft using that RF Tools crafter. It just keeps giving me a red thing telling me I can't craft it even though I've got all of the resources. It just keeps saying the item itself, the craftable item at the bottom, won't allow me to pull it out. So making these is taking forever, and I need some diamonds to get them up to the ultimate tier. And my diamond supply is running a little bit low. It is actually not too bad now, because I've left it running for a bit, so we are up quite a bit more than we were before. Last time I checked, this we were about 60, so we're not doing too bad. Now that being said, I think I'm going to wait off until we get an ME system before I craft those up, all those tanks, just to make the job a little bit easier on myself. And just to show you what I mean, this is what I'm talking about. When I try and craft up the gas tanks, this happens. It will not let me craft up one. It just keeps saying that this is red here, and I don't get what that means exactly. There's obviously space in my inventory for it, but this keeps happening quite a lot. There's definitely space in the storage systems, as you can see, unless it's trying to store it in where this one is stored in. Let's try that. Nope, still the same situation, but it's just not letting me craft it. I don't know why that is, but that's why I'm going to wait off until we've got the ME storage system, which is something I do want to get into in the near future. We definitely need to get into an ME room. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for this episode. So do me a favor, if you enjoyed the video, leave it a like and hit subscribe. As always, I'm KC, you're the awesome folk. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Bye.